know. So here's what I want to say, because it's just because I want to respect your time and your audience. So what I want to tell people, and again I write about this, but I mean this, that I because everybody feels something is not right, and so I think having this kind of a very, very healthy conversation allows people to put into the perspective of where they are at. But I don't want people to be apprehensive for what is coming. Okay, I do not be apprehensive for what is coming, and and it may shake people honestly to the very core of who they are. I mean, it may create such levels of anxiety and frustration. So don't be apprehensive for what is coming, because it is, he is coming. When all these things begin to occur, and like they're occurring now, we are standing up, we're lifting up our heads, and we're seeing it much clearer, much more clearly than we've ever seen it before, because people are all of a sudden going, oh, so I better pay attention, and it's not just digging in a little bit more to the Bible. It's lifting up your head, and it's breathing, life, right? It's not just taking, it's giving and breathing and exposing yourself to something totally different. So don't be apprehensive for what's coming. That's number one. And then I think number two, and I talk about persistence and relentlessness. And we have to be persistent. We have to be relentless about what we believe and about the direction that we must go. And I want people to be persistent about what they believe. I want them to be relentless about what they're doing. And I want them to double down, triple down, quadruple down. I don't care whatever it is that you need to do, because that's how we're going to win the day. We're going to win the day. We're going to do it we're going to do it with ourselves first, because it's really, you have to really reflect on who you are first. You have to understand yourself first, right? And then your families, and then your communities, and then the other aspects of your life and who you interact with, and you're just going to have to move forward on a different pace, at a different level, and you're going to have to maybe throw a few more rocks into your rucksack, and it's going to feel a little bit heavier, and you're going to be buckled at the knees, but trust me, you can carry it. You can carry it, and people are going to need to do that, because it's sort of like, I don't know, we have this country, the United States of America, we have a responsibility for the rest of the world, because this is it. This is the last bastion. I mean, I was involved in the Jericho Wall stuff, which I don't have enough, sort of biblical knowledge of or insight, but there's a siege, right? There is a siege occurring, and we are going to break out of the siege, right? When we blow these shofars and stuff, which I always get a kick out of them, but it's like there's a call to action. Yes. That's what those are. It's not to wake people up in the morning or wake people up at church, or not somebody to blow some horn. It is a call to action. Whether I blow that shofar, or whether I stand there and I pound my desk. I don't know if you can hear me pounding, but I pound my desk or my pulpit or whatever I'm speaking to. I want people to know that we have a call to action, and that call to action is each and every single one of us has to now understand better who we are, so we can move forward with our own lives and our own families, with our own communities, and do something and do more. Yeah. That's how we're going to take this country back.
So, and I'm glad you said that, because, and about the word win, and I want to say this really quickly, but there's a lot of people who are giving up on this country because of what they just saw for 2 elections in a row. And it's not over. And I don't want anybody to think it's over, but it is going to look a little bit differently. And the Lord's been saying that it's going to look a little bit worse before it gets better. He said, but don't go by appearances. Don't go by the way things look. But